Alright, what's up everybody? It's Bones88 back again in Dragon Champions. I got my friend DustyEMU here, my guildmate also. Holler to AOK.
What's up, people?
What up, what up? And today it's, what is it? Today is my birthday actually. We had an awesome update. There wasn't really that much stuff going on, but I'm actually excited about it, and it's actually about money. Uh, they have a bunch of new offers and all that stuff, and I'm usually when I hear about that in a game, I'm like, I don't want to see this stuff. But actually, they had a lot of good stuff. First of all, I buy the $5 pack every time. Sorry, not the $5 pack, the $5 monthly reward thing right here. I get this every month, and I love it. But then I saw this. Well, now it went up. Wasn't it $14.99? I swore earlier it was
Well, what they
$14.99.
did. So go down to the battle pass. That's oh no, the monthly reward. There it is.
Yeah.
You can do the 14.99. Now, don't buy anything on BlueStacks. And for anybody who is listening, do not buy anything on BlueStacks if you have an Apple device. If you have an Apple device, the prices are like $2 cheaper. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a percentage cheaper. So on your Apple device, it will come up as $4.99 for the monthly one, whereas with the monthly reward on Android, which is what BlueStacks runs off of, you're going to be charged like $5.49 or something like that, a little bit more. Same thing with the monthly deluxe. It's going to be $14.99 rather than $16.99. So if you're going to purchase it on the App Store.
I did not know that. So yeah, because when I got on earlier on my phone, it said $14.99. Okay, well I was gonna buy it on here, but never mind. But anyways, so I'm gonna buy this on my phone, $14.99. 20,000 Dre coins. Are you kidding me? And me and Dusty were talking earlier. Actually, you know, it's almost a little bit better deal to do the 5, but give me 20,000 Dre coins in a month, and I'm happy for pretty much $15. So and you said it's a little
Right,
too
and
much
if you
for.
do both,
And so does it stack? Because that was my question. If I get both of them,
right?
do I get even more?
If you do both of them, you'll get 26,800. So you'll get the $5 and the $15 one. So you can spend. I mean, $20 a month is still $20 a month. And if you're anything like me and you're cheap, you don't want to just be putting $20 into something you don't have a lot of faith in. But if you have a lot of faith in it, and you want to enjoy the game a little bit more and not have the direct coin crunch, this is a really good way to do it.
Yeah, and I'm really wary about putting people to gear 11. So with this, I can just start gear 11 anyone I want, really. So I can just buy gear with that. That's all I'm going to really do. But even for beginners, if they do this, it's your first time ever playing, and you put $20 into it. Holy crap, man! You know, you're gonna be caught up with everybody pretty much.
It's pretty solid, especially for beginning players, especially because the game does revolve around getting some of those legendary characters, and I do believe Bones is going to be covering how to get those, what order you want to get them in, and how to go about that. So
Yeah.
look for that video.
And so what I want to say too is that I am a free-to-play player all the way. I hate giving my money to people or to the developers. Like I'm a Star Wars Galaxy of Hero player, and that's what got me into these other games. And I have never spent a cent on that game. And
No, neither have I.
yeah, and it's about the same experience as anyone else has. But if I had, I would have been so mad because it's just wasted. As soon as you spend that money, 3 months later, it was for no reason almost. And so I've never spent a cent on there, and I play Strike Force all the time, and I have spent like $4 or $5 at the most on that game because there's some good offers that come in every once in a while that I put a couple bucks, but nothing more than $2 every time. But when I've played this game, they give you so much value for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're all the best or anything, but if you have 5, 10, $20 to spend every month, I mean, I'm kind of cheap too, but still not that much to get 20,000 Dre coins. And let's go look at some other stuff too. But
Just another comment while you're about to transition. These packs, you have to realize that 20,000 direct coins is easily easily, if you use it right, it is easily at least 4 characters that you can totally gear 11,
Yeah.
like from 0 to nothing. Because if you use the Dracoins correctly and don't spend it on like a bunch of like challenge gear or anything like that, you're really going to advance yourself. And you're easily, if you just do the $15 pack the first month, and then work toward one of the legendaries, you will get it the next time it comes.
Yep.
So I mean, there's a lot of bang for your buck. I personally was doing. I think I spent four months where I had done the $5 pack, and then 2 of the months I had purchased the season, which is another decent value.
Yeah.
Because I wanted Rin the Unseen, and then I did the Zera. But after that, it just got to the point where there wasn't enough new content. I wasn't really having a lot of faith in the developers. So once they decide they're going to continue to add stuff to the game, I'll probably start spending a little bit again.
Yeah.
But I'm super cheap. And I want to know that the developers aren't going to just waste my money.
Well, I think we hit the 1 million user mark just last week or something. So I think they're a lot smaller company, or they're kind of newer to this whole thing. But back to what I was talking about is I would rather spend money in this game because they're actually listening to us. Like, as soon as we complain, for the most part, they may not get it right every time, but they're trying. And that makes me want to, I feel like I'm being, if I put this money into them, no matter how much amount, $5, $50, whatever, and I'm investing in this game for farther down the road for longevity. And I think they're going to come out with some stuff, man, like, that we'll be happy with eventually. And and it's just they're kind of new and they don't know what to do, but the fact that they do the opposite of what Galaxy of Heroes does, and at least
Absolutely.
listens to people, and I'm like, okay, I don't mind. Like, even with Galaxy of Heroes, I'm almost like, well, I would love to spend some money to get a new character, but you guys are assholes, and so I don't want to give you guys my money. You know what I'm saying? So that part alone, them just being nicer and communicative, and and they have updates all the time. Galaxy of Heroes, you wait 3 months or something for an update, and it's usually meager, and there's nothing really in it,
right?
Except for maybe a new character.
There's been definitely. There's been 2 things that have stopped me from spending more in this game. Not that I don't think they deserve any money, because obviously they're doing a decent job.
Yeah.
But the one thing that first was, it just felt like the only way to progress through things was to get that $5 pack for a while.
Yep.
And I really didn't want to be dependent on that, so I was like, I'm just going to cut that off. And they made some changes in stores, and they started adding some stuff that I liked. I was like, okay, this progression feels good. And I, at that point, felt I didn't need to spend to continue. The other reason now is my account is pretty much, I think I have close to 30 Gear 11s, and
Man.
Nice. I've been working really hard at getting all of the legendaries unlocked. So the only one I'm missing, well, I should say the only 3 that I'm missing. I only unlocked Selene at 5 stars. I should be able to unlock Buff at the 7 stars, and then Thanessa, which is the goblin that hasn't been released, and I don't think anybody's really excited about her. So once I finish that, I don't really have any goal after that. So I'm just, okay, well, I've got 20,000 Dracoins. What am I going to use it on?
Yeah.
It'll probably just end up going to gold chests, which feel like a big ripoff.
Yeah, I don't use those. So, yeah, I don't use those either.
That's kind of where I'm at.
But you're in a good situation because you're just so far ahead that you're sitting good, and you're just kind of waiting for the next thing, which it does get boring. I understand, but so yeah, in your situation you don't have to. But see, like my pride, when I buy this, I think I'll be able to have the $15 monthly thing. I'll have enough to be able to get my pride up to set. I have to have Buff. He looks crazy, doesn't he? Like, I feel like he's gonna be a meta.
Buff is gonna be a solid character. I don't know how meta they will be as a group.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna have to be at least in the mix. He kind of strikes me a little bit as the Mordoom kind of character, where he just has enough usability. There is a drawback, and I don't know if anybody's really noticed it yet. In that big list of buffs on his one ability where it says he puts 8 buffs out there or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
Taunt is one of those buffs. So what if he puts taunt on a character you don't want them targeting? It could really backfire on you. So I think there's a little bit of give and take with him, which I personally like because I don't want it to be just entirely an RNG fest.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't end up being, oh, well, the AI always puts taunt on the wrong character compared to you where it always puts it on the wrong character. So I hope that goes well. But I do think if anybody's out there, they're working toward Pride. I think we still got 11 days till he comes. Start working on that Pride. See if you can at least, well, I think he's a 7-star unlock, so I think the rumor is you're going to need at least gear 10 on Pride. If you've got the 7 stars and you can afford this pack and you can go beast mode on some gear, I think this is one of the few times where it's worth it to buy challenge gear with Dracoin because they need a ton of Outcast shackles, just an enormous amount.
Yep.
Salvador needs 4, which is 200 just to go from gear 10 to gear 11. Revol needs 3 just to go from gear 9 to gear 10. And that doesn't include anything on Hera or Renara or Yogi or any of the others. That's just 2 gear levels. So one of the more costly factions to gear, but obviously there's a big payoff on this one.
And so get that $15 pack, guys, and then get there. And I also have my goblins. I don't even have them 7-starred yet. So let's get back on this real quick. That's why I was going to just go over all right. So I guess this one has daily offers, and you get free stuff. I've noticed. So whenever you see these things, check these because they're giving out free stuff. I don't know if this is all the time, or if it's
it's a new thing.
So that's cool. I mean you don't get that in Galaxy Heroes. So I'm not saying I would buy all these packs, but if you're a whale and you just don't give a crap, you could always use these blue things and gold, and you get 1,000 Drake coins for $10, and I don't know. And so I'm not saying they're all the best deals, but if you're in a pinch and you need to get something real quick, I don't know. So like $1 for some energy, maybe. I don't think that's so bad, but I'm only going to spend on the monthly things. I'm just excited about that, really. But it's just, there's times where I've wanted to spend, $10 or so on some character shards, but I can never find them. So I'm excited about, a lot of this stuff, even though I don't need any of it. It's not great. I would never spend $100 on any game, but what 5 items do you get with it?
Right.
But, you get some of these.
You could probably click on that plus 5 items. It's probably gear or something like that.
And you get 1,000 Drake coins. And, she's not really farmable now.
Okay.
So it's not a great one, but, that in the Galaxy Heroes, you'd get a third of this stuff. And you wouldn't even, and even in Strike Force, you would get, you'd get 70, and half the stuff. So, there's fair, and I think that's really cool that they're like that. And it just makes me happy, and it makes me want to spend more if I can.
Right. I think them putting such a high price tag on it is obviously they create supply, or they have a supply and they create the demand, and that's kind of, are you willing? As far as Zera and who's the other one that just got put into Battlegrounds store that's only there? Is it Delman? Count Delman?
Yeah, I think so. Let's go check that out.
Those 2 characters are they're such wall characters that I think that's why the price tag is so high there. That's one of the reasons I haven't spent, because they do like to wall up characters behind that season price tag, and it's not necessarily bad. It's just something I'm not willing to spend on myself.
Yeah, and I agree. But man, if they're down to give me 20,000 Drake coins, I'm gonna give them 15. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'll see it next month where I'm at, but I can go sell some, I don't know, DVDs or something that I don't watch anymore for $15, and I just spend $15 on fast food or something. I'd rather spend it on this. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
a lot of people can definitely cut down in areas. so that makes it if you're getting the enjoyment on it. Right now, I'm getting the enjoyment out of the game that I want.
Yeah.
Without having that price tag on there, so I'm just gonna wait. I might regret that, but because it is like, and every time I say it, I'm like, oh, it's really not that bad of a deal. There's plenty of rewards out there. As far as from what I've heard, your viewers might want to know about whether this pack for Roxy is worth it.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, she's not game changing for the Pride faction.
She doesn't seem to be, no.
And everybody's like, oh, but if you've got Boreas and you've got Kagi or the other one that goes with him, this should just destroy him, and then you put him with a Revol lead because all of the cooldown reduction and all that stuff. And I was like, I mean, yeah, that sounds, but testing servers are saying that she's not very good, and then that the AI is really dumb about how they use the feathers mechanics. So yeah.
But here's what I also want to say about, like, 'cause I'm kind of keeping it like money central in the game in this video, and like the season pass. Okay, even if she's not that great, if you want her, then it's a good way to, like, $10. They give you quite a bit for the $10. But
right.
Here's my thing: do you have to get the 3,000 points every month before you get all of the? You know what I'm trying to say? You get 3,000
right,
points.
Yeah.
So
how that works is you get all of the bottom rewards. So if you go back to the season progress or whatever it is, the top rewards are what you get as you unlock everything. The bottom rewards are what you get as you unlock those if you bought the battle pass. But if you bought the battle pass and you didn't get, like, say you only got to like 2,500, you wouldn't get any of the rewards past that, regardless of whether you paid.
And see, that's
so.
Kinda,
if
kinda
you're
sucks.
gonna buy, if you're gonna buy, my advice would be finish the season first. So get that 3,000, and if you get that point, then buy that pack, because it's not going to be worth it, and regardless of how far you go, it's still going to cost you $10. So make sure you hit that 3,000 and then buy that $10 pack or $11, whatever it is on your
and
yeah.
And I've done it. I've done it a few times on. I wish I would have done it on Curie, and I didn't do it. But I did it on Ren the Unseen, like you said, and someone else, and I was satisfied. You know, I wasn't mad that I spent the $10 on it. But it's getting overshadowed by this. Once again, the 20,000 Dre coins. When I saw the Dre coins, I was just like, "Whoa, 20,000!" Like, I mean, let's go back and look at the bank and see how much. Let's see. This is only if you buy it the first time. So let's say you've already bought one. For $100, you only get 14,000. So, you know, that's a $125, $30 value for $15. So I recommend you guys buy that. Other stuff. Let's go check out General Murdock real quick. I guess in the update he had a model change. I haven't unlocked him yet. So what's different about him? I guess his bike's different, or what?
So just click on him and you can see the model. From what I saw, he just got like a little bit of a coloring update, I think. I don't really know. He looks pretty much exactly the same to me.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what they did to enhance it. It looks good to me. I'm glad they kept him as similar as they did so that most people can't notice the difference, because I think he was a really cool character. I think he's just I think he still looks, desirable, kind of like badass, like I think he just looks good.
Yeah, he's a good tune. I've seen a lot of people use him. I went against him, and he's nothing to mess around with. I can't wait to unlock him next time. One more thing I want to talk about. Buff is coming up in 8 days. We talked about him earlier, but yeah. So hopefully I can spend the money and get him. I'll show you.
Dang, we're already down to 8 days, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad about this, because this is where I'm at. My pride, like, these two are the only ones that are good. You know what I mean? and I still got a while to go on him, and I got these 3, and I'll be done with that farm here by the time it comes around. So yeah,
Yeah, it's good that you got Renara though, because she's going to be the deal breaker, I think, in this one.
yeah, and I was gonna say screw it and just keep working on my goblins, but I realized how good Buff was, and I was excited about him, so I gotta get him. So I'll have it by the time I buy it.
I think he's going to add a little bit of. I think he's gonna kind of take away from the dominance of Mordoom. I think that's kind of the point of him.
Okay.
Because he's gonna dodge a lot, and he's also gonna be able to put that random taunt up. So I think it's gonna kind of make things less icky. And you'll see it when you're on my stream and some of the arena battles I do.
It's not even coming up. Come on. Yeah, I'm excited about it. But all right, we'll wrap this up. We'll go over to your video. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. I suggest you guys, at least look at those packs, and they do a really good job at kind of showing us some love, like not just digging us down in the dirt, like, and just they actually try to. They got to make money too. It's a business, but at the same time, they make it fun for you. And if you want to spend, you don't feel like, oh man, I can't believe I just spent all that money and have nothing to show for it. You can spend a little bit and have something to show for it. And some stuff like Dusty here, and I'm the same with me too. I don't really like to spend money because it takes away from the game. But sometimes it just eases the burden of, having to panic farm or anything like that. So I'm excited to see what I can do with it. But all right, y'all, take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.
Yep. See you guys.